Today we're looking at long-term solutions by using corrective exercise to solve common problems that you find on trail. In the previous video I explained why these issues happen and also offered a few quick fixes to them. So make sure you go and check that video out first. Let's go through tip number 1, which was shortening your stride on the steeper slopes in order to conserve energy. Let's talk about what you can do to get stronger and more efficient when you're inevitably gonna need to take those bigger steps. One of the best exercises to train you in this stepping movement is, you guessed it, the dumbbell overhead press. Just kidding, is the step-up exercise. This exercise is gonna train your glutes and your quads. If you're lacking strength in your legs, a good place to start with this exercise is gonna be a body weight step-up. As a progression, you can use dumbbells or a barbell as external resistance. The aim of this exercise is for you to have both your feet and your knees facing straight ahead, and for you to focus mainly on the leg that's on top of the box. Our second tip and cue was to keep your knees tracking in line with your toes whenever you're stepping uphill or downhill. But this can be challenging to do, especially if you're lacking flexibility in your inner thighs and strength in your glutes. I like to incorporate in my warm-ups the side lunge with a low transition to increase flexibility in my inner thighs. With this exercise, I always aim to have a wider stance than normal and have my feet slightly pointed out. As I lunge to one side, I push the knee so it can face in line with my foot, and then I imagine that I have a low ceiling over my head as I transition to the other side. We then have resistance band side steps to train our glutes, mainly our gluteus minimus and medius. Start by having your feet facing straight ahead and then hinge back. Here you want to feel a slight hamstring stretch. You always want your knees to face in line with your feet and never cave in. Another cue we talked about is engaging your glutes when you're stepping uphill. One of the easiest ways to help you recruit your glutes while you're doing the stepping movement is going to be to strengthen them. And one of the best exercises to do this is going to be the hip thrust. Here you want to set up with your mid back against the higher surface, something like a 30 centimeter step. You want to have your feet and your knees facing straight ahead and not have your knees cave in during the exercise. You want to have a 90-degree angle at your knee joint when your hip is at the top of the movement. This is going to tell you how far away you should set up your feet from your hips. To increase the difficulty of the exercise, you can add the barbell on top of your lap. The fourth tip was to adjust your shoulder straps from time to time to ease tension on your upper trapezius muscle. One easy stretch that you can do from anywhere, including on trail, is an upper trapezius stretch. Start from a seated position with your torso upright and your head in line with your body. Tuck your chin down, then lean your head to one side, after which tip your ear to that shoulder and hold that position. Try not to rotate your head or bring your head out of alignment during this stretch. To increase the stretch, either hold your arm to the chair or any sort of resistance and perform the same movement. And finally, we're looking at fixing a very common bad posture that you see with hikers and mountaineers, and one that I also struggle with, which is the forward head posture. One of the reasons for this is a tight upper trapezius muscle, which we just addressed earlier. I'll show you two other exercises that are great for fixing this forward head posture. The block hold teaches you on how to keep your spine stacked in a neutral position. Stand against the wall and hold the yoga block in between your head and the wall. Make sure that you don't arch your back and tuck your chin down. Then hold this position, aiming to take deep breaths. A progression from this exercise is going to be a block hold with added arm movement on top. This is going to make it more challenging for you to hold that block in position as you're moving the arms. Next, we're doing floor angels. This aims to strengthen the muscles in your back that hold your shoulders in a good position. Start with your elbows and wrists on the floor in a W position, and then aiming to keep your wrists and elbows on the floor, press your arms in a Y position. This might not be very easy to hold initially, so it's quite normal to have your wrists peeling off the floor a little bit, but with time you're gonna get better flexibility in your chest and better strength in your back muscles as you're performing it.